Should he have the Pope in here? Peyton Manning? I don't know.
I'm gonna need your help with that. You're the one that gets Peyton Manning to tweet back at you.
Peyton's the man.
Dude, that was the first time we ever met. I'm pretty sure. We're like actually spent a decent amount of time together. Do you remember that?
Was it Tim Tebow or?
Oh, was it Tim Tebow?
Oh, had the old Tim Tebow. We were tweeting about horse riding.
Yes.
Tim tweeted something about horse riding, and
first time I ever meet this guy. Was it the first time we ever met? Because I'd met Nathan already.
We talked, I think.
I'd already met Nathan, and then he asked to stay at the house, and I think that's the first time I probably met you.
That day, Tim
and literally the first day I meet Lawson, and I don't think you looked up from your phone one time because you had just dropped a song. You were tweeting back and forth with Tim Tebow.
Thanks for tuning into this episode. We've got you a special giveaway only for folks who are subscribed, commenting, and liking this video. All new vinyl of American Dream, my latest album, and we're giving it to you guys. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. Tell us your favorite song on the album. It'll be yours. We'll ship it to you.
Lawson Bates, my man. Welcome in. How we doing today?
Doing great.
Doing great. Happy to be here.
Happy to be here.
The old Knoxville. Ready to move back? Moving home. New announcement. Lawson Bates is officially
not moving back to Knoxville.
Come on.
But man, when you need a trim and you got a guy that's good, you make a drive.
What are we doing today?
Well, we're cutting it pretty short because I got a music video.
Okay.
In about 10 days. Cut it like you cut it for my engagement.
Music video coming out. When's it come out? Do we know? Do you have a release date?
I believe that we're trying to shoot for like a May release date for the video.
Okay.
So we're going to shoot it all out in San Diego. Got some really cool cars in it, cool locations, and it's going to be different than I've ever done before, but we'll see how it goes.
So hopefully by the time this airs, you'll have a date.
That's right.
Set the date on their calendar and be ready for it.
We will have a date. It's for a brand new song too, so that's...
Ooh, have you released a song?
I have not released a song. I'm thinking I'm going to release them both at once. Drop a song and a video.
So are music videos as important as they used to be? Because I feel like everyone used to do music videos and everyone used to watch music videos. And I feel like, just from an outsider's point of view, like they're maybe not as big of a deal anymore. What do you have to say about that?
There's two sides to it because, I mean, even into the early 2000s, MTV, CMT, everybody was like, oh, you got to get that high-end music video. For independent artists, if you have people that are looking at what you're doing and deciding, hey, I'm going to book him for my festival. What does his brand look like? What is his market? What kind of an artist is he? If they go to your website or they Google you up and they see something that's kind of lame and cheesy, that's what they're going to look at your value as how much they're willing to pay you. But it's also artist branding. So if you're scrolling Instagram and you see somebody posted like a screenshot of a song playing, if they're an artist you already love, you're going to listen to it because you already love that artist.
Right.
But if you don't know who it is, you're not going to give it more than 10 seconds.
Right.
Now, if you see a highly cinematic, just epic shoot, you may give it a few more seconds, and that few more seconds could be what makes you become a fan. So if you're spending a fortune on your budget, then it may not be justified as an independent artist. But if you find ways to stretch it all, then I think, at least for me, it's been good. Because, again, like artist branding, I know I'll book 4 or 5 extra shows a year, live shows, where I sell merch, where I sell tickets, where more fans come to, because some of the higher end pieces that we've done. So, and you have been there for some of those, like that big football video we did.
Yeah, all that. Awesome.
Am
I coming to this one? Where's this one at?
You should come to this one.
Where's it at?
San Diego, bro.
I haven't been there since your wedding.
Out there on the ocean.
Used to go.
We're going to be doing some cool stuff. Going to be putting a piano out on the ocean.
Really?
You'll see.
Oh, how is that even possible?
Well, we're getting a piano off Facebook Market, making it look epic, just dressing it up a little bit. hauling it with the U-Haul, dropping it out there. No, not in the middle of the ocean, but on the ocean.
You love the ocean, man. Got married on the ocean, shooting a music video on the ocean, man. That's your thing, isn't it?
I love it.
Hey, so I want to go back a little bit to what you were talking about before about, you know, being an independent artist.
Yeah.
That's what you consider yourself, correct?
Yes.
And ask a question that I don't know that I've ever asked you this, but it kind of made me curious. And why have you never signed with a label?
Well, I'm not against signing with a label. I know
you've probably had offers.
I've had label offers, but a lot of people think that label offers is the end all be all. I was reading an article the other day that said Nashville signs like between 600 and 800 new acts to record deals every year. Mm-hmm. But you ain't hearing about 600 to 800 new artists.
No.
Because it's kind of a rinse and repeat concept. So they do videos, artists, and they just sign these people and they push them through their little promotion system. And it's kind of like throwing stuff at a wall and seeing what sticks. So I kind of, when I first got to Nashville, thought, I got to sign a deal right now. But then when I started making money off merch, owning my own stuff, and this is something that I'm super proud of. And I was talking with my producer that first started with me just last week because he came over for dinner. I own my masters completely. I own my full albums because we do them all independent, and I just pay the people up front. When something does blow up from 5 years ago, I'm not losing all the profits from royalties on it. So sure, labels are amazing if you connect with the right team. But if you sign a bad deal and they don't promote you or they don't push anything you got or they limit your freedom artistically, you know, sometimes I think most artists would rather get signed with the label, make something, than get out of it. But it don't always work that way. So if I sign with a label, woohoo, that's great.
What's your favorite album of all the Lawson Babes album? Which one was your favorite?
I'm going to say my favorite album is the American Dream album. Okay. Because it's I think broadest, diverse-wise, the content. As you grow as a person and as an artist, you have more content to write about because you have more life experience. So with each album, it's kind of like new layers. Art is art. So like you don't change something you did years ago, but you find ways to look at it and say, I would have done that different. I would have changed this. I would have maybe done that this way, but that's part of learning and growing. So, but yeah, I love the What Country Means to Me album. A lot of folks, when I go to live shows, probably know those songs the most because we're still promoting the American Dream one. But
American Dream is your newest one, right?
That's my newest album. That's a full album. That's 12 songs. And American Dream is the first album that I wrote or co-wrote on every single song on the album. So I did 2 songs on the first album. I did 7 songs on the second album and all 12 on the third album.
Remember those days that,
dude, I remember coming to college.
Yeah, when I used to come to your house, you'd be like, hey, come out to the car and listen to this song with me. I just got the first
takes by Jonas and Trace.
We'd go sit out there in the car and listen to your songs. That was for the
way back.
That for?
That was when we were first getting the pieces on What Country Means to Me, I think.
Is it What Country Means to Me?
What Country Means to Me.
What songs are on that one?
Well, Past the Past is one of the popular songs.
I remember that one.
Time is a more popular song. I even got the Frank Sinatra cover on there. The Way You Look Tonight.
Yes, sir. What's your favorite song that you've covered?
Oh, favorite cover song? Mm-hmm. I'm going to say my favorite cover is The Way You Look Tonight because it's so different than anything else I've ever recorded. So I love Dean Martin. I love Frank Sinatra. Probably the biggest influences outside of gospel music that I had growing up, more than modern country.
So you're going on a ski trip, right?
Going on a ski trip. I'm trying to talk Jonas, guys. You all need to vote and tell us what you think. Comment or something, or send us a direct message whether Jonas should start going on this annual ski trip.
Not a skier though, man.
But Jonas, you don't understand. You have a little girl that is how old now?
Almost 2.
She's about perfect age.
I don't know if that's true.
See, here's the thing with skiing and all of this, snowboarding especially. When you're young, your bones are more flexible.
Yeah, and I'm not young.
You have less effect by gravity because you weigh less. And thirdly, you're closer to the ground.
That is true.
So when you crash, it's not a big deal. When I learned to snowboard, I was a full-grown adult. I don't know if I recommend that.
Yeah, then I'm already a full-grown adult.
But Jonas, you can ski.
I don't think
you need to ski.
You know I have bad knees, bro.
You know what though?
It's all the
less
pressure,
stress
all the weight is on.
No. It's on that.
You have those big old boots on.
It's on that front leg muscle. You're okay.
I think that's the knee, Lawson.
No, not the knee. Above that. What's that thing called?
Cap. I don't know. It's all bad for me, dude.
I don't know this, but like it seems like you have a very high return rate.
I do.
Once people come, they don't just go to great clips anymore.
I mean, you're always going to have your few. Thankfully, at this point, too, a lot of times those kind of hit and miss people that are just coming in because of, for whatever reason, they're in a rush. They just need something done real quick and they don't really care who does it.
Yeah.
I'm not myself cutting as many of those people anymore. Now that we're growing, those kind of people are guys on to the extra guys that are waiting, thankfully, at this point.
And then they're building their own clientele too.
Yeah, which is good for them. Most of my people at this point are booking online for me. You know what I mean? They're finding me via Instagram. They're finding me via Google reviews. They're booking specifically for me and they want a new barber. So that's what's nice for me and why I probably have a little bit higher of a return rate. But the shop as a whole has a really high return rate. Sure. I feel like we really try to strive customer service. You know what I mean? I think that's number one. My mindset has always been that 1 million people can cut hair. You know what I mean? If I gave you clippers, you could kind of figure it out within a week or so. You know what I mean? 1 million people can sing and do a concert, right? But
that's right.
When you go do a concert, it's not about having the best voice because there's always going to be somebody with the better voice. It's about giving the best experience, right? So that's always my mentality where it's like, I know there's better barbers than me. You know what I mean? There's better barbers than me sometimes in this own shop. There's better barbers than me in this city. You know, there's always going to be someone that can cut hair and do it better, but can they provide the same experience? And I tell people a lot of times, I think people come back to me more for just to talk to me than they do to get a haircut. You know, 100%. I think people like the experience and just having a good time than they do necessarily love my haircuts. You know what I mean? Which I don't think that's a shot, and I don't think it's a shot. You know, I don't say that because of me either. I think I have clients that help make a great environment, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. But I just try to do my best to, you know, treat everyone special, make sure everyone feels appreciated, valued, you know what I mean? And I'm a talker, you know that. So that's kind of why I wanted to start doing this podcast here, was because, you know, I felt like I have amazing conversations every single day with these clients. And it's like, dude, I want to share that with the world, you know what I mean? And let them experience that as well.
That's amazing. That's a key, I think, to any good business. When people feel that you're genuine and you really care about like their life, not just the haircut or not just the business side of it, that's when they're really going to get connected.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it can translate to anything, whether you're a restaurant owner or whether you're a performer. They want it to be real to you. They always say, in artistry and music, at least, they always tell me, does this match who you are as an artist? If it doesn't, don't cut it. And I mean, the same thing, like if you're being genuine, people are going to pick up on that.
So shout out your YouTube channel and everything, your socials and all that stuff. Maybe for somebody that's watching this and doesn't follow you or doesn't subscribe, let them know where they can find you.
I keep it real simple. I just noticed that YouTube is doing these @things now, like all the other social media. So pretty much every social of mine is @LawBates. Mm-hmm. So Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, even YouTube now @LawBates. And then the only one that's different is Facebook, which is Lawson Bates Official. And then it has a check mark. So if anybody DMs you and says, this is Lawson's private account where he reaches out to his exclusive fans, send him a Walmart gift card. It's not me. I would love a Walmart gift card, but no, that's not me.
How often?
Oh, I get tons of people send me those messages. Hey, are you asking for a Visa? It's never me. Please don't. Guys, you should be giving recommendations to Jonas on who he should kind of podcast with, interview with, cut hair for. I'm sure y'all got some great recommendations. Should he have the Pope in here, Peyton Manning? I don't know.
I'm gonna need your help with that. You're the one that gets Peyton Manning to tweet back at you.
Peyton's the man.
Dude, that was the first time we ever met. I'm pretty sure. We're like actually spent a decent amount of time together. Do you remember that?
Was it Tim Tebow or?
Oh, was it Tim Tebow?
Oh, I had the old Tim Tebow. We were tweeting about horse riding.
Yes.
Tim tweeted something about horse riding, and
First time I ever meet this guy. Was it the first time we ever met? Because I'd met Nathan already.
We talked, I think.
I'd already met Nathan, and then he asked to stay at the house, and I think that's the first time I probably met you.
That day, Tim
and literally the first day I meet Lawson, and I don't think you looked up from your phone one time because you had just dropped a song. You were tweeting back and forth with Tim Tebow, and you were losing your mind. We were watching the charts. We ended up going on a little road trip, and watching the charts. It's just songs hit the top 100,
in the charts,
top 80, and top 60, and
top
whatever.
40.
I make top 40 is that what it ended up going to? And you had people calling you saying, "Oh, I just heard your song on the radio. Oh, I just heard your song on the radio."
I was losing my mind.
You were losing
Tim Tebow.
Tim Tebow tweeted you. You were just. It was a day for you, and that's the first experience I had of Lawson Bates. Changed my life forever.
It was prime time.
So whose tweet would you say was more special for you? Peyton Manning or Tim Tebow?
Oh, Tim. Well, Peyton, I met Peyton.
Did you ever tweet with Peyton, or you just met?
No, I just met Peyton. I had wanted to meet Peyton forever because I'm from Tennessee, and of course, who doesn't love Peyton Manning? And I always do these events at Children's Hospital for the kids there. And one day I got an email from the president of the hospital, and I'd never met him in person, and he just basically said, "Man, I've seen some of your videos from the staff here at Children's. We're really grateful for what you do for the kids here." And then I got another email that said, "Would you come to our Peyton Manning charity golf tournament and sing at it with one of our patients?" It was a friend of mine. So got to sing at that with my buddy. And of course we sang Rocky Top. So
was Peyton over there leading the choir?
Met Peyton Manning, got a picture, so that was a cool memory.
So you do a lot of charity. You do a lot of events. I know you go to the local hospitals. Have you started going to hospitals in Nashville, or do you still come back to Knoxville?
You know, I've been to some hospitals in Nashville. There's Vanderbilt Children's, which is a great hospital. We've also got over in Memphis, one of the most famous hospitals that does children's stuff, and they do it totally for free for the people. So there's a lot of great children's hospitals. I've gone to children's hospitals all around the U.S. I'll be playing in a town and sometimes line it up to go sing. It was tough because with COVID, I didn't go for like over a year because the regulations changed. You couldn't go room to room. You couldn't visit kids, but they've kind of switched that back a lot of places and
You got your phone on you?
made new accommodations. Yeah, I got it.
What time is it? Just so we know
Make sure we're
how we're doing.
okay on your next haircut. We are at 7:49.
Oh, perfect. We got plenty of time.
Okay, great. No, but yeah, if I have the opportunity to line one up any town I visit, then I always do it.
Now, you're also part of Medicore, which I guess we should probably get Nate in here sometime whenever
Should get Nate in here.
in town and not traveling the world to kind of talk about Medicore and what it is. But you're a part of Medicore, and tell us a little bit about that.
I'll say like one of the things I'm most passionate about is this because it gives you the opportunity to serve and see things and do things that a lot of people don't get to do. But Medicore is a charity nonprofit organization that does disaster relief domestically and around the world.
Okay.
So I've been blessed to go on a lot of different trips after hurricanes, typhoons, earthquakes, into different places and even different countries, and help people get out of disaster. So one of the primary things Medicore does is get people from the disaster to a trauma center, level 1 care. So a lot of times those are helicopter evacuations, plane evacuations, or even treating the people on the scene. You got first responders, doctors, EMTs, paramedics, a lot of pilots, and a lot of former military help work with the teams. And each team goes into a disaster specifically picked for that disaster for their skill set. So it's really, really exciting, but also I think it's something that you do that you're like, that's fulfilling. That's adding value to society and to the world.
Yeah, definitely.
So give back kind of a thing that I really love. Yeah, Nate, he's one of the best pilots with Medicorps for helicopters, for fixed wing. So you should get him in here for sure.
So obviously this probably won't come out until about March. Yeah, that's kind of the goal in my mind. But we're shooting this here in January, and so beginning of the year, you have any big goals for 2023?
I got goals. Every year I set about 10 of them, and I accomplish about 4 of them.
That's all right.
And hey, my view is if you accomplish any, that's a W. So one of my goals is to add another medical license. So I do emergency response right now. That's what my medical license is at. And so I want to do that. And then I want to finish my commercial pilot's license.
Okay.
So I don't want to do it as a job, but I want to have that rating. I want to have that commercial rating. That way, you know, it's something in your pocket. If you do need to run a commercial flight that somebody says, hey, I need to go to Dallas, you can fly them down there and make money on it. So that's another goal. Something I've never done is I want to get a Christmas album out this year, a full album. I have a couple Christmas singles out, but not a full album. So we'll see if we make that too.
We'll stay tuned for it. Let's check this out, my man. See if it all looks good for you.
What a legend. Looks great.
That'll do.
Nobody's better. Barbers, you know. I love it. It'll look great for the video.
It's going to be a little cold in that snow. That snow is going to hit the side of your head.
Yeah, I'm going to be wearing a hat the whole time.
Snowboard or skiing?
Boarding all day. I've never skied in my life. All I know how to do is board. Because I was older when I learned, I said, it's one of those things, if you go to skiing, you're going to have a real hard time switching to boarding because it's harder. And I said, if I'm going to endure the pain, I'll just do it once and then I'll roll with it. But if I had put on those skis first, I wouldn't have had the stamina probably to switch to boarding.
With accent.
It was brutal. I'll admit it.
Well, my man, I appreciate you getting up early this morning with us, coming on here. And hopefully you'll be a reoccurring guest. Maybe, you know, every couple months. Never back on here, talk about your new adventures, new life, you know. When you're moving to Knoxville, when you're becoming a dad, you know, all the things that people want to know.
All my stars. That's possible.
Sage needs a friend.
Holy smokes.
Lawson Bates, the man, the myth, the legend. Tune into his music video that should be coming out probably about a month or two after this comes out. Stay tuned for that. You said a new single?
That's right.
It's coming out with that
video. Awesome. Be great.
And then Law Bates
on everything.
All socials.
That's right.
Go give him a follow, like, subscribe his video. He's the man. Appreciate you, buddy.
Thanks
for having us.